Car scams are more common than most people realize. In fact, nearly 1 out of every 4 drivers will deal with some form of scam or theft at some point in their lives. Some of these tricks are so simple that they catch people off guard in seconds, while others are carefully staged operations that can drain bank accounts, raise insurance costs, or even leave victims without their car. What makes them especially dangerous is how ordinary they look at first glance. A bottle near your tire, a friendly wave at an intersection, or even a fake parking ticket can all be setups designed to trap unsuspecting drivers. I'm going to walk you through 13 of the most alarming car scams happening today. Each of these has been reported in real cities, costing drivers and insurance companies billions every year. But what really concerns me is that these scams don't just take money, they put people at risk, sometimes in broad daylight and right outside their homes. By breaking down how these scams work and highlighting the warning signs, I want to show you not only how easy it is to fall for them, but also how you can protect yourself before it's too late. Scam 13. The windshield money trap. It sounds harmless at first. You walk out to your car on a chilly morning, and tucked under your windshield wiper is a crisp $100 bill. Most people's first reaction is excitement. They rush to grab it, thinking they just got lucky. But this is exactly what thieves are counting on. The trap works like this. As soon as you hop out to snatch the money, your car is left running, unlocked, and vulnerable. Within seconds, someone slips behind the wheel, locks the doors, and drives away. Victims don't just lose their car, everything inside, wallets, phones, purses, even house keys, disappears with it. Worse still, many of these setups happen right outside people's homes, which means the thieves now know where the car owner lives. This scam has been reported in major U.S. cities, including Atlanta and Chicago, and law enforcement has warned drivers not to take the bait. Even if you decide to grab the bill later, it may not be real money at all. In some cases, the bills are counterfeit, and if you try to spend it, you could end up in legal trouble on top of losing your car. The lesson here is simple. Nobody leaves free cash on your windshield. If you ever find money tucked under your wiper, don't touch it. Stay inside your car, lock the doors, and drive to a safe location before inspecting anything. A single fake bill isn't worth your vehicle, your valuables, or your peace of mind. Scam 12. The intersection wave on trick. At first, this one feels like an act of kindness. You're at an intersection, waiting to turn or cross. Another driver technically has the right of way, but instead of moving forward, they slow down and gesture for you to go ahead. It seems polite, it seems safe, but it's actually a setup. The moment you inch forward, that same driver accelerates and slams into you. When the police arrive, the story flips. Suddenly, you're the reckless driver who ignored the rules of the road. To make matters worse, your insurance company is more likely to side with them, since it looks like you were the one who made the mistake. This scam has been pulled off countless times, costing the insurance industry billions of dollars every year. Families and groups have even staged multiple accidents like this, raking in millions through fraudulent claims. And it's regular drivers who end up footing the bill through higher premiums. The best defense here is caution. Never trust a wave at intersections. If another car has the right of way, let them go first. No exceptions. A dash cam is also a smart investment. For a small cost, it can save you thousands by capturing exactly what happened. In situations like this, video evidence is the one thing scammers can't twist in their favor. Scam 11. The fake coolant leak. This trick preys on concern and trust, and it often targets people in places where they feel comfortable, like shopping centers or rest stops. You're walking back to your car, and someone nearby points to a colorful puddle beneath it. They tell you it looks like coolant leaking, which can sound serious. After all, a real leak could lead to overheating or expensive repairs. What happens next is the scammer convinces you to open the hood, maybe even start the engine. While you're distracted, they secretly loosen the radiator cap, letting a little more fluid drip out to make the problem look real. Suddenly, it seems like your car is in serious trouble. Luckily, they just happen to be a mechanic and offer to fix it on the spot for a fee. People have lost hundreds of dollars in these quick setups. In one case, a scammer in the Bronx ran this scheme for months, charging victims around $380 each time. The car didn't need a repair, but the panic and pressure made drivers hand over money anyway. The smart move is to never let a stranger under your hood. If someone points out a leak, thank them and drive to a trusted mechanic. A genuine coolant issue won't destroy your car in the next few minutes, but falling for this scam could empty your wallet right away. Scam 10. The gas pump hustle. Gas stations are one of the most common hunting grounds for scammers. Every year, thousands of cars are stolen from pumps, but theft isn't the only danger. The bigger risk comes from card skimmers. These tiny devices are slipped into credit card readers at pumps, and the second you swipe, your payment information is copied. Between 2022 and 2023, these scams jumped by nearly 40%, according to Consumer Reports. Each skimmer can rake in massive amounts of money through fraudulent charges, sometimes up to $1 million, before anyone catches on. The devices are so well hidden that even trained eyes can miss them. The hustle doesn't stop there. Some scammers play the role of a friendly helper, offering to pump gas for you. While it sounds harmless, once you've paid, they don't return the nozzle. Instead, they use your prepaid fuel to fill up other cars in exchange for cash. Add in distraction thefts, where one person talks to you while another snatches a purse, phone, or wallet from inside your unlocked car. And you can see why gas stations are prime spots for criminals. The safest way to handle fuel stops is to always lock your doors and avoid paying at the pump. Go inside and pay with a credit card instead of a debit card. Credit cards have stronger protections, while with debit cards, once the money is gone, it's usually gone for good. These simple habits take only a little extra time, but can save you from a major headache. Scam 9. The plastic bottle on the tire. This trick is designed for one thing: carjacking. It first appeared in South Africa a few years ago and quickly spread after people started sharing how it works online. Today, it shows up in poorly lit parking lots or areas with little security. Here's how it plays out. A thief places a plastic bottle between the tire and the wheel well, usually on the passenger side, where you're less likely to notice it. When you start driving, the bottle makes a loud crinkling noise. Instinctively, many drivers panic, stop the car, and get out to investigate. The problem is, most people leave their engine running and the driver's door unlocked. That's all the thief needs. By the time you've walked around to check the noise, they've slipped into the driver's seat and sped off with your car. The danger of this scam is how quickly it unfolds. Victims lose not just their vehicle, but everything inside, often within seconds. The fact that it usually happens in secluded parking areas makes it even riskier. The best way to protect yourself is to be cautious about where you park. Stick to well-lit areas with cameras or security presence. If you do hear a strange sound coming from your wheel, don't pull over immediately in a dark or unsafe location. Drive to your home, a police station, or another secure area before getting out to check. That extra bit of awareness can make the difference between keeping your car and losing it to a criminal waiting nearby. Scam 8. The flat tire setup. This one has been around for decades, and the reason it's still common today is simple. It works. The setup usually happens in parking lots outside busy stores. You return to your car, and just as you're about to get inside, a stranger points out that your tire looks flat. They may even offer to help change it, or suggest you head to a nearby shop they know. What you don't realize is that they're the reason your tire is low in the first place. Scammers often deflate the tire themselves while you're away. Since tires don't go flat instantly, you might not even notice the dashboard warning light until later. By then, they've already made their move, either by trying to sell you a repair, leading you to a shady mechanic, or simply distracting you while an accomplice targets your valuables. Even if you figure out the trick, you're still left with a flat tire, which makes the scam that much more frustrating. Prevention here comes down to preparation. Keep a small portable air compressor in your car. They can cost as little as $15 and save you from being stranded. It's also smart to check your tire pressure monthly. The right pressure not only prevents scams like this from working, but also saves you money on fuel and repair costs over time. When someone insists your tire is flat, stay cautious. If you didn't see the warning light on your dash before parking, chances are someone tampered with it. In that case, make it clear you're calling the police, and watch how quickly the so-called helper disappears. Scam 7. The impending danger trick. Few things grab attention faster than another driver urgently pointing at the back of your car with a panicked look. In that moment, most people assume something terrible is happening. Maybe a tire is about to burst, maybe smoke is coming from under the hood, or maybe the car is falling apart. That fear is exactly what scammers rely on. The setup usually happens on quiet roads or in areas with poor visibility. You pull over quickly, worried something is wrong, and while you're distracted, an accomplice makes their move. They might swing open your passenger door and grab a bag, phone, or wallet. Sometimes they clean out everything left in plain sight. It happens so fast that many victims don't even realize what was taken until they've driven off again. Consumer groups like the Better Business Bureau have warned about variations of this scam for years. In some cases, it even connects to roadside assistance cons, where fake helpers pretend to fix problems only to hit drivers with inflated charges, or worse, make off with their car altogether. The truth is, your car's own systems do a better job at alerting you to danger than a stranger ever could. Warning lights, dashboard messages, and sensors are there for a reason. If someone flags you down, acknowledge them with a wave, but keep driving until you reach a safe, well-lit location. Only then should you get out and inspect your car. A few extra minutes of caution can protect both your safety and your belongings. Scam 6. The Chatty Helper. This scam works because it feels so normal. You're juggling grocery bags, trying to get your kids into the car, or simply distracted after a long day. That's when someone approaches with a friendly smile. Maybe they ask for directions, maybe they offer to help with your bags, or maybe they just strike up small talk. On the surface, it looks harmless, but timing is everything. They wait until your car is unlocked, or until you're too distracted to notice what's happening around you. While you're engaged in conversation, their partner quietly grabs your purse, wallet, or phone from the front seat. In some cases, thieves have even watched people enter their PINs at the store before targeting them, making it easy to drain bank accounts after the theft. One victim in Southern California reportedly lost $6,000 in a single incident after falling for this exact routine. Police have been warning about distraction thefts like this for decades, but they've become even more common as criminals look for simple, low-risk ways to steal. The solution is awareness. If someone approaches you in a parking lot, stay inside your car until you're seated, doors locked, and windows up. If you decide to respond, crack the window slightly instead of opening the door. It may feel a little less friendly, but it's far safer. Keeping your guard up around strangers doesn't mean being rude. It means making sure you don't become the next easy target. Scam 5. The Tow Truck Trap. The towing industry in the US is massive, pulling in billions each year. Unfortunately, a big slice of that money comes from predatory practices that trap drivers when they're at their most vulnerable. One version of the scam starts with confusing or poorly marked parking lots. Drivers think they've parked legally, only to come back and find their car gone. When they track it down, the towing company refuses to release it until an outrageous fee is paid. In some cases, they won't even allow drivers to retrieve important items, like wallets or medication, until the bill is settled. Another version happens when your car breaks down. You call for roadside assistance, but before the company you contacted arrives, a tow truck happens to show up early. It seems like good luck, but it isn't. These drivers often insist on towing your car to a specific lot or shop where more scams wait, including unnecessary repairs and inflated charges. The truth is, tow trucks are required to take your car to the destination you choose, not where they suggest. To avoid being scammed, always ask the dispatcher for the name of the tow company, the driver's name, and the estimated arrival time. When the truck arrives, verify those details before handing over your vehicle. If you're parking in private lots, protect yourself by snapping a photo of the parking signs and your car before leaving. If the rules aren't clear, don't risk parking there at all. A few extra minutes finding a better spot can save hundreds of dollars and a major headache later. Scam 4. The Fake Parking Ticket Trick. This one looks so official that it's fooled countless drivers. You return to your car and spot what looks like a real parking ticket tucked under your windshield wiper. It has a city logo, a fine amount, and even a QR code or link for easy payment. The instinct is to pay it quickly to avoid bigger penalties, but that's exactly what the scammer wants. The moment you scan the code or enter your card details online, your information is in the hands of criminals. Sometimes they only take the fine, but in many cases, they use your card details to drain accounts or make bigger purchases. Because the tickets look so real, many people don't even realize they've been scammed until the charges start piling up. Consumer watchdogs, including the Better Business Bureau, have warned about this scheme for years. The problem is that fake tickets are often printed with high-quality designs, making it nearly impossible to tell the difference at a glance. The safest response is to never pay a ticket directly through a QR code or link. Instead, check the official parking authority's website. Most cities allow you to search tickets using your license plate number. If nothing comes up, the slip on your windshield was a fake. A few extra minutes of verification can prevent serious financial loss. Scam 3. The keyless entry jam. Keyless entry systems were meant to make life easier, but they've also opened the door to a new kind of theft. Nearly every modern car with this technology is vulnerable to what's called a relay attack. Criminals use devices that capture the signal from your key fob, even if it's inside your home or pocket. That signal is then relayed to your car, tricking it into unlocking and starting as if you had the key right there. Another variation is the entry jam. Thieves use small signal blockers or even simple tricks, like slipping a coin into the door handle, to keep your car from locking properly. You think the doors are secured, your lights flash, maybe you even hear the chirp, but the vehicle is still wide open. By the time you realize it, your belongings, or even the car itself, could be gone. These aren't far-fetched scenarios. Relay and jammer thefts have been on the rise worldwide, especially in cities with high concentrations of newer vehicles. The scariest part is how quietly and quickly they happen, often while you're just a few steps away. Protecting yourself means being proactive. At home, store your keys in a Faraday pouch, which blocks the signal entirely. They're inexpensive and easy to find. When you lock your car in public, don't just rely on the sound or lights. Physically check the handle to confirm it's locked. Small habits like these can keep high-tech thieves from walking away with thousands of dollars worth of property. Scam 2. The VIN cloning racket. Imagine relaxing at home when a tow truck suddenly shows up outside. The driver insists you've defaulted on a car loan you never even took. It sounds like a mistake, but in reality, you may have fallen victim to VIN cloning. Every car has a unique Vehicle Identification Number, VIN, usually visible on the dashboard through the windshield. Scammers copy this number, then use it to create fake documents, duplicate titles, or even cover up stolen vehicles. In some cases, victims don't learn their car has been cloned until they try to renew registration, only to be told it was totaled or tied to another owner. Police departments across the country, from Houston to Florida, deal with these cases regularly. The scam not only ruins your credit and creates legal headaches, but in extreme situations, it can lead to repossession attempts on a car you rightfully own. The best defense is vigilance. If you're buying a used vehicle, always make sure the VIN on the dashboard, door frame, and paperwork all match perfectly. Running a vehicle history report is also critical. It can reveal accidents, liens, or irregularities tied to that VIN. For owners of newer or high-value cars, enrolling in a title monitoring service is another layer of protection. It may cost a small yearly fee, but it's far cheaper than untangling the financial mess that comes with cloning. Scam 1. The fake parking lot accident. This one is bold, messy, and expensive. It often plays out in shopping center parking lots. A scammer parks next to your car and deliberately scratches their own vehicle with a tool that matches your car's paint color. When you return, they're waiting, yelling that you damaged their car. The marks look convincing, and their story is loud enough to draw attention from bystanders. Many drivers, embarrassed and wanting to avoid a public scene or an insurance nightmare, hand over cash on the spot. That's exactly what the scammers want. In more elaborate cases, the setup includes severe pre-existing damage to their car, making the situation look even worse. One staged accident like this reportedly led to a payout of over $500,000. The smartest way to protect yourself is to reduce the chance of being targeted in the first place. Park in open, visible spots, preferably near store entrances or security cameras. Even better, invest in a good dash cam with audio recording. If a scammer tries this trick, Your camera becomes the evidence that clears your name. Without it, it's often just your word against theirs.